This time on Boneyard Revivals, we put up a 12 by 20 car cover slash garage and stuffed the Cutlass in it because, let's be honest, this whole one bay garage thing, it's not working out. So we gotta do something about that. This is our solution.
That's a rock. And so is that.
That's more hung I've ever had.
We just robbed some stone from the side of the he shed, as we like to call it. Used to be a she shed, but it went through a change. Now it's a he shed. And we're gonna dump some of the gravel over here, try to get it level as possible. Honestly, I put it over on that side. Yeah. There you go. I like what's happening here. Progress is being made. So you're probably wondering at this point, what on earth are we doing? And we're clearing that area out because we went into Harbor Freight and bought one of those 12 by 20 car covers. Not the cover, but like the actual like portable garage. Here it actually is. Basically, we're gonna do a video on it for you guys today. And we'll set it up and see how good it is. Basically, with us only having the one bay here, it kind of gets really inconvenient for us, because we're constantly trying to work out of the one bay. This is my daily driver. It's been down for how many months now? Has a blown head gasket. The motor's ripped apart. Haven't had time to fix it. I'm not working out here in the cold. The S10 needs a whole bunch of work. As you know, square body needs some stuff. So unfortunately, the Cutlass is gonna be getting kicked out of the garage, and we're gonna be putting up that car cover here. It's gonna be a 12 by 20 and it's literally going to fit perfectly. So we're clearing it all out and we're gonna put the car cover up here and unfortunately kick the Cutlass out in the cold, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Good enough.
Yep.
If they have a Best Friend of the Year award, someone ought to give it to this man, because good Lord. Drives the tractor over to the house, does some work for you, then drives it back in the snow. What a gentleman. What a gentleman. So here we go. Here's what we got in the box. We got all the poles and whatnot to make it happen. Then we have all of our actual canvas piece. Both of these are going to be doors, and then this one's going to be our actual canopy part. Now, against stupid judgment, which is what I usually go with, I think I'm actually going to read the directions so I can set this thing up. I actually want to get it set up. The only thing that does stink for me now is that, of course, we got snow here. So now I gotta figure out what I want to do. Honestly, I'm probably just going to set it up and it's just going to sit there, and we're going to wait on the Cutlass for now. But like I said, I need to get the Cutlass out to get that thing in, because I've been daily driving this for the past 6 months and just no is what I'm saying. All right, so with that being said, I guess I'm gonna get all this stuff sorted out, try to remember how to read, and we'll see what we come up with. All right, so there's not much light here, but we have the structural frame part set up on it. We're gonna have to bring in some more fill to try to bring out this end. That end's not too bad, but this end needs a lot of work. But there it is. Like I said, 12 by 20. I like that a lot, simply because of the fact that if I wanted to stuff the square body in here, the square body would fit. So I'm a big fan of that. The options that Harbor Freight had was either the 12 by 20 or the 12 by 17, and I decided to go with the 20 footer. instead of the 17-footer, just because, like I said, if I ever wanted to put the square body in here or had anything a little longer that I wanted in storage or whatever reason, it will fit. So the Cutlass is definitely going to fit. So here comes about the saddest part of this entire thing. The last time you guys saw this car, we did a bunch of body work on it, and it got moved to this new house that we're living in now, and pretty much I haven't really touched the car. Maybe a few months ago, like kind of pulled some stuff off the front end, and did like a little bit more sanding work, and found a whole bunch of mud work that needs to be done. Actually, body work. We need to come in here and actually cut this out and get a new patch panel there, because that was all crusty and basically they just mudded over that. I want to actually put a patch panel in there. There's just so much work that has to be done on this car, and we're gonna get to it. But with just a lot of other projects and life and how busy stuff gets, kind of slightly on the back burner too, because a lot of the ideas I had for this car was it's got the Buick Grand National rear in it, so it's the 8.5 ring gear with 410 gearing, if I'm not mistaken. And it's pretty much a stock suspension. I think they put Gabriel shocks on this, if I'm not mistaken. I think I remember looking at the front. Yeah, there's Gabriel's on it. But we obviously have our motor mock-up. This obviously isn't going to be the engine that's in this car. But we mocked it up for our solid motor mounts. In case you haven't seen that video, I'll try to remember to link it, you know, right here so you can go watch it if you're interested in seeing what this car is. But it needs everything. Front windshield, unfortunately, was cracked when I got it. It got destroyed worse on the move here. But like I said, a whole bunch of body work done on the car, and we have to rattle can all of it. So, because the reason why we got to rattle can it is because it's bare metal, and if we just go to dump it outside like I want to, it's going to rust up immediately. Actually, from sitting down here, because there's been a touch of moisture during the summer and I didn't have a dehumidifier down here, it actually did get some surface rust right here, which it is what it is, you know. But basically all this stuff that's bare metal, I get to do all the fun stuff, which is going back over it, and you know, I have to clean it up and then spray it with some sort of paint. I think I'm just going to go with whatever I have on the shelf, something cheap, just to put some paint on the bare metal parts. And unfortunately, she's going to get shipped outside because, like I said, we have so many projects that we need to do, and working out of a one bay garage, that's some of the difficulties you face. And I want to try to keep it, you know, keep it as rust free as possible and not let it get too deteriorated from sitting outside. But it's one of those deals that kind of happens. Probably what I'll end up doing too is I'll probably end up rolling it back in here during the summer months or whatever, if I ever decide to start tinkering with it again. But there's a lot of projects, like I said, that need to get done, and it's hard to do stuff out of a one bay garage when you got the project car taking up that one bay. So that's kind of why it's getting the boot. But I'm sorry, all right? Don't be upset. She's upset. Yeah, she's gonna be mad at me. Oh well, it is what it is. And the race car moves under its not own power, but power. Lottery! Dude, she rides like a dream. That'll work. I gotta go grab the S10 now. Well, there you have it. She is tucked into, unfortunately, her new home. At least for the foreseeable future. We have a lot of other projects that we got to work on and whatnot, and needed the garage space, and it made more sense to have the nice warm garage to work out of than working in here with stuff. So made sense to unfortunately give this car the boot and get it in here. But that's the nice thing about that 12x20 that I was talking about. Look at all this room for extra activities in here. So for some of you that are curious about the design of this actual portable garage, one thing I will say I do like is the top is actually tied in with nuts and bolts. I think that's a really good idea. Help strengthen it. Now I'll be honest with you, everything that came in the bag or in the box, I didn't use all of it yet. And when you see what's going on here, you're gonna do one of these. All right, look. I had to do what I had to do, and if you let me explain myself, maybe it'll make sense. Either way, you're probably gonna say I'm an idiot, but that's fine because I accept that because I am one. But continuing the review slash thing that you wanted to see if you're interested in getting one of these. So like I said, it has the bolts up there in the top. Basically, the way that this kind of comes, you have to put all the actual framework of it together. You have a bunch of different pulls, and I tell you what, they do a really awesome job labeling these. I can't remember where, but there it is. There's a sticker, and the instructions are actually somewhat clear. But if you're an idiot like me, you're probably gonna sit there and struggle with it, which, hey, I get it, man. It's all right. You're not the only one. But so basically for actual cover wise, you get this main tarp that's basically goes over the whole body and your whole framework. And then you have your two end pieces here with the doors. They actually have stuff in the kit. Like I said, I haven't used all of it yet, but there's stuff to actually set up into the actual doors where you can roll the door up and then Velcro it to keep it open. So if you're pulling stuff in or out, they come with stakes that are these guys. As you can see, I only got one in the ground. I actually need to tie it back off, but I actually wasn't able to tie the whole thing down. So it's ratchet strapped, and I have some stuff on the outside to help hold it down. Come summertime when the ground thaws out, basically I need to get this thing tied down. Otherwise it's gonna go whoosh, and then end up, 100 yards over in the neighbor's yard, and they'll be going, oh, cool, where'd this come from? Or what the heck is this, and why is it in my yard? But either way, that's why it's tied down to the car in here and hasn't gone anywhere. But so that's that. They have the three pieces. The one thing that I will say that is kind of an interesting design thing that they have straps within your doors, and you basically attach ratchets to them and attach them down to that bottom pole. I thought that was kind of interesting and neat. It's an interesting way to do it, because a lot of the old school ones, if you've had any of these old school kind of pop-up tent slash bigger oversized tents, a lot of them would have a bunch of holes in the actual tarp, and you have to get, I call them the old dingle balls, where it's a ball with a bungee attached to the ball, and you'd have to like loop it through a hole and then attach it and tie it tight here. This is a little bit easier, I think, than trying to deal with a bunch of bungees, so I do like that design. Honestly, they have a lot of things for like tying it in together. I know in that box there's a bunch of support brackets to actually, I believe, tie in. I don't know if it's to tie in here, or there's even holes in here, and I believe you have to put a pipe through here, and it actually attaches to the legs down here. I didn't get to that point yet. It's just one of those things. I just got it up and got the car under it as quick as I could because I had a bunch of other stuff to do. I believe where are those brackets at? That's stuff for the door, but I know there's stuff in here for that, and that kind of helped tie it in, make it a little bit sturdier. So when you're looking at it going, that's not a good design. No, it actually is. I just haven't set it up all the way yet because I just haven't had time. Plus, we're here. Okay, it's another day. I'm tired. Haven't had my coffee yet. Okay, just bear with me. All right, but so there it is. I honestly think it's good design. Just do it the right thing and set it up the way it's supposed to be. Don't do what I do and not set it up the right way. But overall, good product. I'll be honest with you, it is a little bit more on the expensive side, and that's the only kind of thing that I would say. I think it was $400 for it, straight out the door. But it is a brand new product, so knowing Harbor Freight, they might run sales in the next year or so where they bring the price down a little bit, which be cool. But for a 12x20, I like it. The car fits in here really, really well. Honestly, I bought it just in case I ever wanted to stuff the square body or any bigger vehicle in here. But it's nice because I have a lot of room in the entire thing to actually store more garbage, which, for me, that's good. So, but overall, I'd say it's pretty decent, and I'm honestly happy with the purchase. A little expensive, but to keep something like this out of the weather and nice, so when we actually get time to fix it the way we want to do it and finish our body work and make it look pristine and gorgeous like I've planned and have schemed in my head for the past like 2 years now, we can actually make that happen. So yeah, I'd say thumbs up review for it, and I'm happy with it. So yeah, there's that. Very good. Okay. Yep. Well, there you have it. Like I said, I don't like any of this, honestly. I like the car cover, but I really hate stuff in this car out here, honestly. I mean, I want to do a bunch of work to it, but just my schedule, and you know, I have a new job now and everything, so it's been rough to honestly even create content for you guys. And it's kind of why this is kind of a video. I mean, I know it's one of those like, oh hey, he put up a portable garage and stuff. There's one car that it's, you know, that he half worked on for 2 or 3 videos, and now here it is in pieces. And it comes to a point where that's life. And unfortunately, I didn't want to do this to this car. I would love nothing more than to be doing the body work to this right now, but we have so much other stuff that we got to do. And unfortunately, this is kind of where we're at. So not happy about stuff in the Cutlass under here, but yet again, got to do what you got to do. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. You know, hey, it'd help me out a little bit, so I would appreciate it. But anyways, besides that, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be seeing this car again. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. I needed the room in the garage to work on some other projects. But with that being said, we'll catch you in the next video where we'll probably be working on one of those next projects. And we got a lot of stuff coming up this year. You know, I know that some of the content lately has not been as good as it has been. And honestly, it's because I've been struggling. I'm not going to lie to you guys about that. But with that being said, we'll get back on track, I promise. Just got a lot of stuff to sort through right now. But with that being said, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Do appreciate it. And we'll catch you next time.